Victoria, Canada. The world's best BMX riders have gathered for the ultimate showdown, the BMX World Championships.
Yeah, we're right here at the 2007 BMX World Championships in beautiful Victoria, Canada. The BMX World Championships is basically the biggest and most important event of the year. We have over 2,000 competitors here from 40 nations and they all qualified. It's all about riding for your country and it's all about getting that medal and it's all about being the world champion.
The competition is so tough, so you just gotta be mentally prepared.
Basically all of the top riders are here.
Everyone's so fast nowadays, just pretty much whoever gets a pop and whoever puts it together in a day, you know?
Everybody wants to be the world champion.
Whether I'm in the main or watching the main, you know, I'm excited.
All of them are here, and all the big names. It's going to be a fantastic race. The World Championships is the race where you can earn the most points of all races throughout the year. It's very valuable for the top riders to be here. And if they're in the finals or in the semis, they're racking up the points.
They get close to me once and they think they're all that, you know.
We obviously have the defending world champion elite men, Javier Colombo from Argentina. We have a lot of riders that are just aching to take that rainbow jersey from him. And we have Mikey Day, we have Randy Stumpfhauser, Kaylin Young, he's definitely going to be in there. We have Donny Robinson from USA, he's leading the UCI ranking right now. Robert de Wilde from Netherlands. There's so many names, it's so unpredictable. I would say there's 30 guys that can be in the final. And when it comes to the elite women, we had Shanice Reed, who is the defending junior world champion, stepping into elite women now. We have a fantastic comeback from Anne-Caroline Chausson, and she's definitely could be in the mix. We have Ville Canis, who is the defending world champion. The elite women race will be quite extraordinary, I think.
Practice got underway with the elite men getting to grips with the Victorian dirt.
The track's great, it's awesome. Like 2 straightaways for a pro section is going to make for some good racing, and last straightaway as well, man, it's technical. So I think it's all around even, you know, lane choice isn't really going to make a difference as well. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, man. It's all about survival.
The depth's so deep, you know, there's so many fast guys, just whoever keeps their head screwed on and pedals to the finish, you know?
Each track and each course that you do, you just kind of break it up into little sections, and those sections that I'm having problems with, I just really focus on and concentrate in the race, but this track's pretty straightforward, hopefully.
I like the first straight, it's really fast and technical.
First, second straight, definitely. All horsepower and big jumps.
It's a cool track. I love the second straight. It's a little bit short, but it's very nice. The 2 pro sections, there's going to be some action going off through there, so it'll be good to watch for the crowd, really.
The rhythm section is pretty deep and it's a little bit chunky, so it doesn't flow really good. It's a little bit unpredictable, so you need to put a lot of energy in it. And it's at the end of the track, so you're already tired, so it just builds up. It's quite technical towards the end, so usually when you're a little bit puffed out or a little bit burning towards the end, it could trip you up.
Last straight's pretty deep, but I think I got it under control, so we'll see what happens.
I'm only 5'5", mate, so these jumps are 6 foot deep, so I can't manual if they're too good, I just gotta hop them up.
You got to get around the track fast these days. It's not over after the first corner.
Everyone's on fire, man. There's about a dozen people that could do really well this weekend. They're handling it really good.
There's so many people who look really good, so it's going to be a hard race for sure, and it's going to be fun.
If anyone's got a master's in mud, then it's this guy, track designer Tom Ritzenhaller.
Start gate, we got an asphalt starting hill. It's a little bit steeper than normal, so it gives you a little bit more pump coming out. Comes down into a step up at the bottom of the hill to a rolly double to a big roller going into the first turn. First turn's going to hold a lot of speed here. It's a big turn. Pro side, we got your basic setup set to a big set that'll kick you up in the air and put you out in distance. And then when they land, they have to get through a triple. Coming out of second turn, we'll have the big set, another big set, and in between there we put a new pump roller in, which the riders have been liking throughout the States and throughout the world, so it should be interesting racing through there. And then once they get off through there, everybody merges into the step-up double behind me here. And then we're standing on turn 3, going into the last straight, which is our traditional rhythm section for all the riders. This one is a little bit deeper than normal. It's just because it's a world level and we wanted to see the true champion come out on top. I do have to keep watering a lot because it does turn to dust after a while. Like in between rounds, I'll hit it with water. I don't really like the water during the races because I may have altered the track and a rider might slide out and there goes a shot at a world title, and I don't want that happening.
People, the spectators, can actually see the whole track, see us race all around the track. The down and stuff was hard to see. You just saw the top part and the low part. So for the spectators, it will be a lot better. For us, it will be a lot better too.
The track will stay up for the Canadians to train on for years to come.
The elite men's competition got underway with the so-called round of 8s. The entire field of elite men were divided into 8 groups of 8 riders. Each group raced to see who would progress to the quarter-finals. Action started with Donnie Robinson's group. The big story from this race was the exit from the championships of reigning world title holder Javier Colombo. He struggled through the tough 3rd straight and couldn't fight back to make one of those top 4 qualifying spots.
Yeah, a little disappointed, you know. I got a balled up in the 2nd corner. Nothing that I can do. It's just racing.
Group 2 saw a tight race with South American Games champion Christian Besserini taking it, but there was a scare for Jason Richardson on the last roller before the finish gate. He crashed out badly, although later medics gave him the all clear. The 4th group matched mountain bike 4-cross world champion Michael Prokop with a bunch of young Dutch flyers including Rob van den Wildenberg. Prokop showed how his bike skills translate to the small wheel version as he qualified in 1st. The 5th moto saw some of the big name US riders line up together, with Randy Stumphauser taking on Kyle Bennett. Bennett is a 3-time world champ, winning already in 2002, 2003 and 2004. In this moto, he displayed the type of track techniques that mark him out as one of the main contenders. Caelan Young of Australia is one guy who you'll see at the front of the pack more often than not. He won his moto after a slight wobble in the rhythm section. It was behind him though that all the drama took place. Coming through those rollers, Italian rider Manuel De Vecchi ran out of track space and went down. Behind him, Mark Villers had nowhere to go and there was only one place for him to park his bike. Racing BMX since 1983, Dutch rider Rob de Wilde combines experience with guts as he starts his journey as an Olympic medal contender.
Hey, my name is Robert de Wilde. I live in Foothill Ranch, California, and I'm 30 years old, and I'm originally from the Netherlands. I was 82 when I got my first BMX bike. It was a big hype back in the day. And when I was younger, I was a mid-pack rider, and then finally started to grow, get bigger, so then I was starting to win, and I took that experience riding in the pack with me, and I still have it, so, and I'm not scared to go for it either, so it's a big advantage. You feel the pressure, but you know, you feel the pressure from anybody that races good, you know. There's some older guys that race really good, like Randy Stumphauser, he's my same age. Christian Besserini is 30. So you feel pressure from them as well. It doesn't really matter how old or how young they are. If they're going fast, you feel the pressure from them anyway. So I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve that a lot of young kids don't know about. I like it here. I like it in America. And I'm not sure if I'm going back to Holland, yes or no. But I'll figure that out when I'm done racing. When I heard BMX will be an official Olympic sport 2 years ago, I know that was my goal. and I'm putting all my effort, all my energy into that for the last year and a half already, and there's still a year to go. So I changed a lot of stuff, not focusing on the NBL circuit anymore as much as I used to. So a lot of things changed for me, so I'm going for that goal.
Back at the track in Victoria, Canada, the 2007 UCI World Championships continued, with the junior men's event progressing through their round of 8s. The big story was all about last year's silver medalist Joey Bradford, who turned up with a broken hand, an injury picked up in a recent NBL race. Canada's Jimmy Brown kept local hopes alive with a win of several bike lengths ahead of the rest. The third moto saw one of the best get-offs in recent times, as US rider Eric Nelson decided the big jump on straight 2 wasn't for him. The spills continued in the last moto when the finished straight technical section got the better of Stefan Tumpak. Australia's been producing contest-hungry racing talent for years now. Josh Webb is one of the latest crop of these Aussie riders.
My name's Josh Webb, New South Wales, Sydney, Australia, and I'm 17. BMX has took me all over Australia and New Zealand, and I never would have done that unless I rode, so that's good. And I went to Brazil last year for the World Championships. I've only started handling the pressure real well in the last 2 years, and before that I found it real hard. But I just had to do it because if I couldn't handle it I wouldn't win, so I just made myself do it. I had a lot of help from coaches and other people along the way, friends and other riders helping me. Since Caelan's come back, I really enjoy watching him ride, and he's like almost a brother to me now. He's always helped me, always there for me. Me and Caelan made up a little crew. It's called the Deep Burn Crew. It's just related to the last straight when you're feeling the burn. So yeah. All the Aussie pros back home, when I was younger, growing up watching them, and now, since I started to race them a little bit, it's a bit surreal. I'd like to move to the States to race, the fastest people in the world, and turn elite and be successful in elite. Just gonna have to step it up to the next level and just even push harder. Pick up sponsors and actually get paid to ride and not have to work. Just train and ride, the dream. Being Australian, it's just a real relaxed lifestyle, but we've still got that fight in us. We're not the biggest country out there, but everyone sort of, I don't know, it's just that Aussie spirit, can't really explain it.
The men's elite quarter-final started off with the 2006 Supercross champion Donnie Robinson suffering a horrible gait, and he couldn't make it up from there. By straight 3, Bessarini looked in command, and it was an absolute nail-biter for the other spots. But only 4 went through.
So many good guys here, You have to keep your best all the time, 100%.
They were Christian Bessarini, Pablo Gutierrez, Steven Caesar, and Danny Kalwag. Quarter-final 2 was a superb showcase for the sport. It had everything. And just out in front was Czech sensation Michael Prokop. Others edging out of the pack were Latvian Arturs Mattisson and American Danny Kalwag. But Sergio Lopez just couldn't keep it together as he entered the second pro section. The third quarter-final saw 3-time world champ Kyle Bennett roll into the gate. This was a tasty moto, as it also included UCI Supercross winner Caelan Young, as well as BMX legend Rob de Wilde, currently in the form of his life. It was the butterman Kyle Bennett, plate number 88, that pulled out of turn 1. Bennett raced his moto to near-perfect technical ability, while Young and de Wilde pushed him hard to the end. With so many strong riders in this moto, the racing over the highly technical third straight was extremely tight.
Got out good, I almost lost it the last straight there. But I just kept on it and went to the next one.
Quarter-final 4 could have been the main. Recent world champion Bubba Harris and world number 1 Mike Day rolled into the gate. Harris and Day had no daylight between them, and it showed as they sensationally came together on turn 2. The rest of the pack said thank you and raced on through the carnage. At the end, it was a gigantic effort from Castro that just got him through. The replay showed just what happened to Day and Harris. Day half-jumped the triple while Harris cleared the whole lot and got so close they clipped wheels.
Bubba, what happened?
Just explosion, man. Got real tight. Me and Mikey both going for it. You know, it's just BMX. So we were both going fast today. We both should have been in the main, and everybody knows it. So it's all good. You gotta keep on moving, man.
The Junior Men's World Championship quarterfinals took place in front of a packed crowd. Joey Bradford continued even with his broken hand, and it didn't seem to be slowing him up. Fluid over the third straight and rhythm section, he looked good for the win, but was narrowly beaten by Nicholas Long. The other two to qualify were Logan Collins of the USA and Jasper Verkuel of the Netherlands. Quarterfinal 2 in the junior men's was an epic race, a real battle for the top spots. Coming through in first was Matt Willoughby of Australia. The remaining 3 qualifying spots went to David Graff, James Brown and Vincent Pelwar. The third of the quarterfinals saw a spectacular crash with Australian Ashley McCutcheon completely eating it on straight 1. Although bruised and battered, he eventually walked off the track. The top 4 to go through to the semis looked like this. With the Olympics approaching, modern BMX national teams have gone pro, and who better to coach these teams than former top BMX riders themselves?
Being a former professional athlete in this game makes a big difference, because you know what's going on, and you had your results, so you got your respect, and all that kind of stuff. That makes it, you know, that could make a lot of difference.
It was just recently, a month ago, I sort of decided to take the coaching role instead of the racing role, just as a future career.
I think being an athlete, a former champion, and being part of a contingent as large as ours, for me, it's on equal parallel, for sure.
The natural ability that we need to get around the track, it's more of a skillful, sport where a lot of the nerdy coaches, they don't really understand what you need. So we sort of tell that to the sports science guys, well, this is how it feels, this is how it's done.
Have the guys and girls get to know what high-level sports is all about, and not throw doctors and physios and all that at once in their face. But gradually, you know, here's a doctor, here's a physio, here's a mental coach.
And you got to realize it's a program, it's not a one-man show, it's a lot of people helping all our riders.
We've pulled out all the stops. We got mechanics, we've got 2 doctors, we've got 2 massage therapists. We've got actually a logistics team of about 20 staff at this event.
When you're doing sports on the highest level as possible in any kind of sport, the knowledge of these people can make just a difference.
We're looking at every advantage possible for our athletes, and we all have copies of the rule book, the UCI rule book, so we'll see what happens.
We're getting those riders who have great race skills, natural ability, and then let's put them in the gym and get them stronger and start showing them how to think better as racers.
We can just hope that they understand that being an Olympian, more importantly a gold medalist, is going to change their life.
The junior women's semi-finals got going in perfect conditions. Ex-pro BMX rider Kenan Harkin was there to take us through the action.
Here we go for the first semi-final for the junior women. This is a strong start list you'll see anywhere at the junior level. Look out for the Dutch girls, Sprenger and Klaus. Now they're friends off the track, but I'm sure there'll be no love lost when that gate drops. Caroline Buchanan there on the outside of Australia. and moving across this gate, any one of these riders could go through. The two Dutch girls there side by side. Dana Sprengers is on the inside. And the gate's down. There's going to be a lot of pushing around out there. A big jump on the outside. These girls are getting comfortable with that jump at the end. Coming out of the bend, it's going to be the two Dutch girls in front, Lieke Klaus and Dana Sprengers. These girls are going for 4 spots in the final. Very crucial race. The Dutch riders just powerhousing through the jumps. That's Andrea Zuluaga from Colombia coming up on the inside for the 4th spot. Down to 3rd straight. This is a win it or lose it straight if ever there is one. Arms and legs starting to burn now for sure. Klaus out in front 2nd, the Argentinian Maria Ruate. And in 3rd is Dana Sprengers. Sprengers pedaling furiously up on the inside. 1 and 2 through the whoops. It's going to be so close. It's a photo finish. Let's see.
It was just luck, I think.
And here is the confirmation. Dana Sprengers takes it. Lieke Klaus in 2nd, Maria Ruate in 3rd. And in a photo finish for the crucial 4th qualifying spot, it's the Australian Caroline Buchanan who claims it, but only just. Semi-final number 2 for the junior girls here in the Juan de Fuca Arena. You're looking at Amanda Gevin, plate number 7. She's 18 years old from Largo, Florida, riding very, very strong. French girl Magdalene Portier on the inside, waiting for the snap. And they're off semi number 2. Will Portier get the line she needs to get out there in the lead? It looks like it. Oh, rider going down hard, couple riders. What a mess on that first straight, but it's going to be Portier and Gevin as they get through that 2nd straight. Some very big jumps and an amazing rhythm section into this 2nd berm. It's going to be Portier and Gevin, followed by Labakanova and then Joyce Seasing. No change as they come into this 3rd straight. Look at the rhythm section. You have to stay focused and keep the rhythm. Coming into the last turn, no change at all in the leaderboard. It's going to be Portier, then Gevin. Labakanova bringing in the 3rd spot, and then Seasing will take the crucial 4th spot. But what about the crash involving Crozet? She was actually well out in front. Watch as she just takes it all on her back. These girls are clipped in. She had no control over the bike. She was not able to get leveled out, and she just goes down. Unfortunately, Manon Valentino couldn't avoid her, and then she took out Tony Rude of the States. You could just see how much impact her body took, and then the carnage that came after it. Here are the riders making it through to the main. Magali Portier, Amanda Gevin, Romana Labunkova, and Joyce Seasing. Semi-final number 1 for the junior men, a very stacked heat if ever there was one. The Australian Matthew Willoughby was the surprise in here over his fellow countryman Josh Webb. These 3 Americans race each other almost every other weekend, so we'll see how this is going to play into their mind games. So here we go, only 4 of these riders go into showtime. And it's going to be Bradford getting a pop. But right behind him is David Graff carrying up the inside, Vincent Bellaward beside him. It's all about having the berm dialed as they come into that 2nd straight. Bradford out in the lead. He has got a broken wrist. Coming into that 2nd berm. Behind him, it's going to be Long, Graff, and Collins. The group is looking good for qualifying, but anything can happen. Coming into the final berm, into that last straight. You got to keep it together off that last straight. Very technical. And look at these riders pedaling down that final straight. Wait, look at that Netherlands rider.
I was doing sprints last week and I kind of just fell over. Then broke my hand and wrist, but still attached my arm. I'm good to go. It's hurt really bad, but it's the race we've been working for all year, so just have to tough it out.
And there's the reaction from Graff at the end. You think you've got it through, then in comes the Netherlands rider.
The Netherlands rider, David Graff. Oh no!
Track's good. A little technical, but I'm doing pretty good over it.
A superb finish through the rhythm section from Dutchman Jasper Vugil. He'll claim the 4th spot. Then the 3 Americans, Joey Bradford, Logan Collins, and in 1st, Nick Long. Semi-final number 2, it's all on the line now, folks. If there's a time to shine, then this is it. One chance to make the main event. Chris Fox could do it. So could Vincent Pillard. So could any of these riders. And the tension shows. Just look at the concentration as they're waiting for the gate to drop. bad start from the Latvian rider. Who's going to be first to corner up front? It's the Swiss rider, Yvonne Lapraz. This is explosive stuff from Lapraz. Great style and technique through these jumps, opening up a nice lead. Massive jump into that second berm. Vincent Pellewat trying to reel him in, but it's going to take a lot more than he's got right now. So what's going on for the third and fourth spot? That's where the real battle is. Look at it. Brown, Sukins, and Fox. The local favorite, Jimmy Brown's going to have the crowd behind him coming down that last straight. Look at Jimmy Brown. If he can stay smooth, he's in with a chance.
I have a good feeling with the track. Very long jump, so I like it.
That was the best one I've had all day. Kind of been struggling. A little bit of bad luck, but it felt good to get a good one.
Yvonne Lapaz with some style, and he completely triples that jump into the second berm. A lot of control in the air. And on the outside of your screen, you're looking at Jimmy Brown. You can't see him there, but he's going to dive down under the Latvian rider, but was it enough? Oh, it's not enough. He just misses out. Fox gets into the main. Also, Tom Sukins, Vincent Pellewat, and Yvonne Lapraz.
One of the leading junior women riders is 18-year-old Amanda Geving from Largo, Florida in the USA.
My goals are definitely to make the 2008 Olympics. I've been to the World Championships quite a few years, and I've always messed up, or something has gone wrong at the race or something on my 20-inch, and I haven't been able to win, but last year I won on my cruiser, so this year I'm trying to win my 20-inch in cruiser in junior women, so that'd be pretty cool. Like most of the time when I need to do something, I usually do it, because when it comes down to that point, it's just like you think to yourself, like, you gotta do it, so you just go out and do it, and that's pretty much what I do. Like, I mean, everybody I think gets nervous, but when it comes down to it, you just gotta go and do it. I love jumping, that's one of my strong points, so like, it's gonna be cool to see like the speeds that because I mean, you see like the guys going to supercross races. I've always wanted to try it because they look just going so fast and it looks so fun going over those big jumps and everything, so I can't wait to see what the track looks like and get on it. The sport alone is just so fun, like that just brings me a lot of joy, just like to do everything with it. I've met a lot of great people in BMX and I'll never forget them and everything, and I'm pretty shy, so I don't really get myself out there for like telling like my results and everything. So like if I meet new people, my friends would tell them like that I'm like the BMXer and all this stuff, and it's funny. But yeah, they were all really supportive of it and thought it was really cool.
It is Amanda Geving.
These are the semifinals for the elite women. 4 of these women will go through to the final, or the main as it's called in BMX. Willie Canis is the current world champion, but she's going to have to work very hard out there in this one. 133 is Sinead Reed of the UK, and in lane number 1, it's Anne-Caroline Chausson, no stranger to winning. She used to ride BMX as a kid, and then went to mountain biking, becoming a world champ in that sport, and here she is on the road to the Olympics. It all starts here at the World Championships. Utter focus, a determined-looking Reed. Canis may be thinking how best to defend her title. She's here to get the job done, but with Reed and Chausson in this moto, it is going to be tough. Great pop, and look at Reed taking an early lead here, way out front already. Anne-Caroline is in second. It's Great Britain versus France. Look at this girl, Sinead Reed, such control, but Anne-Caroline is not going to give it up. She'll be right there all the way to the end. Look at this, they're bumping each other. It is getting very intense as they come down this third straightaway. Reed's got it figured out. Second is Chausson, the rest well behind. Willie Canis and then Sorelli Convert. This is where Reed will dominate, but Chausson is not going to give it up. Just look at these women battling it out. It's going to be Reed.
News got to me a little bit. Semi-time, so it's natural now. I made the main, that's it. Everything's out in this next one.
And here's the play that Anne-Caroline made for Reed in that second berm. Almost contact. She's letting Reed know she's here, and she is a force to be reckoned with. So here are the 4 women that'll make it through to the main. Sinead Reed, Anne-Caroline Chausson, Willie Canis, and Sorelli Convert. Here's how the second semi is shaping up. local interest in this one with Samantha Cools in the middle of the pack. Current world number 1 in the UCI rankings. Sarah Walker is in this one as well. That's Cools there in lane 4 with the number 56 plate. And the gate is down. The two French women get the best start. It's Courgille and Despo down that first straight. Everyone's trying to get into that inside line through the first turn. Despo a little bit bumpy as she goes over the doubles. That's going to cost her. Here's where things get sorted out in this second berm. Well, maybe the jumps, everyone just racing for it. Training is what gets you through these rhythm sections. You've got to stay smooth. And the women are doing just that. Is Samantha Cools even going to make it? All the way to the outside. There's some bumping. This is BMX racing in that final straight. It's Courgille. She's in the lead. Will she take the win? Courgille takes it, and then it's going to be Despo. And looking back, the Canadians not happy with the results. You can see Samantha Cools gets herself swooped by the Czech rider, Horakova. So in the finals, it will be Horakova, Sarah Walker, Amélie Despo, and Letitia Le Courgille.
One of the elite women making the main here in Victoria is mountain bike all-time legend Anne-Caroline Chausson.
When I was younger, I ride BMX for 10 years. I was a world champion, and then I decided to start mountain bike, and since then I got many world champion, World Cup titles. I was supposed to stop racing big international events in downhill, but I got bored, something like that. So when the BMX French manager comes and asks me if I wanted to race again BMX to try to do Olympics, it was an exciting goal. I decided to start BMX racing in December. Since then I rode all the European events and French events, and I won the French title, the European titles, and now I'm here. It's my first World Championship. I'm still learning, you know. It's like a war when you are on a bike. In BMX racing, it's like you have to fight, and it's BMX is a sprint. Downhill, it's almost 5 minutes, so it's a really different sport. My best thing in mountain bike was to be really smooth, really quiet on the bike. So the BMX, it's totally different. So yeah, you have to fight to get your place. All the athletes are really professional. Everybody train. You can feel it's Olympic now, and it's only the beginning. So I think in 10 years it will be like crazy.
This is it, the 2007 UCI World Championship main for the junior women. Any one of these riders could win this one. In lane number 8, it's Maria Eugenia Duarte from Argentina. Plate number 103, the Australian Caroline Buchanan. She's in lane number 7 and the only Australian in this final. The Netherlands is well represented. 3 riders they have in there. Number 129, Joyce Sazing, who's having an excellent year. And right next to her is her fellow countrywoman, Dana Sprengers. She impressed us through the qualifying and has made it all the way to this final. And plate number 6 is Leaky Klaus. She's on an inside lane that might give her an advantage. The American Amanda Gevin, plate number 7. She has been doing so well and doing Florida proud. You'll see that blonde hair flying down the first straightaway. Look at the focus on the Czech rider. That's Romana Labunkova, shoulders up, pure concentration. No wonder she's got a world champ next to her. 116, Magali Portier from France. Look to her to get a stellar start. But it could be her or Geving. Those are the riders that I am counting on to take this race. And so much anticipation from the riders. The nerves are just built up inside of them as they get ready for this World Championship final. So much on the line.
Okay, riders, let's set them up. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And this is it, the finals here at the World Championships for the junior women. It looks like it's going to be Portier and Geving. Wow, look at how high they're going off these jumps into the first turn. Oh, someone goes down. It looks like one of the Dutch riders, but look at this. Geving, Portier as they come into that second berm. Got to keep it together. Oh, Geving goes down, loses her rhythm into that second berm. It's the French woman all alone. It's her race to lose. Portier in the lead. What happened to Geving going down so hard? I hope she's okay. Coming up, it looks like this is going to be France's World Championship. And yes, Magali Portier takes the win for France.
And the whole day was great. Not the final, it was I had a bad gate, but I'm okay. The race is good. I don't know. I'm happy.
So much drama in that race. Watch Joyce Sazing. She slides out a little too over the front wheel. No traction on that back wheel. She goes down. But Geving losing her rhythm. That's why they call it a rhythm section. If you can't find the dance, you're not going to make it over the jump. She went right over the bars. It looks like she'll be all right, though. So here are the results. Magali Portier of France takes the top spot. Maria Ruarte takes silver, and Lieke Klaus takes the bronze. This is the main for the men's junior world championship title. Number 5 from the U.S., he's having a good day. This is Chris Fox. Moving along to plate 171 out of the Netherlands. What a great surprise. It's Jasper Verkuil. So impressive all over the field today. The Latvians represented in this race by Tom Skukins. But next to him, the story of the day, a phenomenal effort from Joey Bradford, who is riding with, would you believe it, a broken hand picked up a couple of weeks back. Beside him, fellow countryman, number 109, Logan Collins, having a great day. 147, also out of the United States with those long legs, it's Nicholas Long. Number 158 on his plate, out of France. What a surprise this guy's been. Where did he come from? It's Vincent Belloir. The Swiss rider, Yvon Lapraz, he got the job done in the last semi. Such an intense rider, and he's sitting in lane number 1. Now, this guy could be a real challenger for that title. His main threat there in the center is Joey Bradford. Now, remember, Bradford riding with a broken hand he sustained a few weeks ago.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
And a clean start, but Lapraz, he drops off, not sure why. It's going to be Bradford coming into that first turn, followed by Pellouard. Now they are screaming through the pro section, some really big doubles. And they are getting into the triple. Bradford goes low, but Lapraz, he takes it. He actually triples it and made up a few spots. And now Pellouard taking a serious run at Bradford, but Bradford takes it back. Look at Lapraz coming in on the outside, going through the third and final straight. It is a drag race down this final straight. Bradford, Lapraz, who will take it? It's going to be Lapraz.
Yeah, I mean, I have a broken hand and broken wrist right now, so it's good just to get in the main, but yeah, down the last straight, it was hard to really use my upper body. Really hurt. Then Yvonne just came by. This race worked for all year, so to not come on top. But next year.
I unclip on the gate, and then I just stay motivated and yeah, motivated to come in front. And I just passed Joey on the last straight. I can't believe it.
We have a new world champion in junior men. It's Yvon Lapraz from Switzerland. Joey Bradford takes the 2 spot, a repeat of last year for him. Bronze medal to Logan Collins of the USA. What a race!
The track here in Victoria is designed for speed, thrills and spills, and elbow-to-elbow racing action. The big asphalt turns, or berms, are a key feature.
For the first time, we have a really good track with a really good berm.
These berms are really tall and wide open.
I really like the turns. They're the smoothest turns I've ever been on, for sure.
Yeah, they're huge and they're good for this race.
You go so fast through the turns, it's ridiculous. It's a little bit hard to defend your line.
I don't really think there's going to be much of an advantage going inside or wide. Maybe if you can nip up the inside, but it's just really holding your line and keeping your momentum for the next straight.
they're a lot different to normal BMX because most tracks are a lot smaller and you have to really get in there right, but these berms are a lot wide open, which is going to leave lots of opportunity for people to come under you and swoop behind you. So you sort of got to be real careful and you've got to get a good mix if you're going in there by yourself, just to even line.
For sure, we have many possibilities to pass or to be passed in those berms.
Oh, totally, man. Stay low. For sure, man. You're going to have a bunch of cats diving. So, yeah, definitely try and guard the lines, man. I'm known to swing wide, though, so we'll see.
They're very big, but at the same time, they're very grippy, so you can hug the turns. There's no need to use the whole turn itself.
Once you get into that turn, you can just crank around those turns because they're so big and everything. Like, you get so much speed off of them because they're so like wide and big and smooth.
Actually, I think it's good that the berms are so wide because it means you get 6-7 guys in there wide, no one's cutting you off, and you can pretty much ride your own race, you know?
Time now for the women's elite final, the main for the UCI BMX World Championships. Cirelli Convert there on the outside lane. She's 21 years old. Next to her is Yana Horikova. Shocked the mountain bike world in 2004 when she won the 4-cross world title. And there you're looking at the defending world champion, Willy Canis of the Netherlands, a total powerhouse. 96 will be the plate number of Sarah Walker, celebrating her 19th birthday a couple of weeks ago. She's the first New Zealander to win a BMX World Championship medal at this level. Anne-Caroline Chausson, surely a favorite, has won 8 back-to-back downhill mountain bike world titles from 96 to 2003 and won it again in 2005. And that is Sinead Reed, one of the fastest women alive on a BMX bike. Plate 136, Amélie Despots. She was injured during the 2007 preseason, but her consistency is paying out with a spot in the main to prove it. And in lane number 1, Laetitia Lecourville. She is another rider who likes to take it on the mountain bikes. Regularly seen in 4-cross, she's 21 tomorrow. Wow, what a birthday present a world title would be. Now I think it's going to be difficult for this woman, Willy Canis, to hold on to her title. The threat from Reed and Anne-Caroline is just too big. These girls are getting ready, shaking out the nerves, getting ready for the start, but there seems to be a mechanical problem with the number 4 plate there. The bike, that's Yana Horikova's bike. Now that's definitely going to play into the psychology. You don't want anything to go wrong right before that gate drop. You want to be almost in a zen state to get those nerves under control. Gate's about to drop.
Okay, right, let's set them up. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And they're off. Sinead Reed once again pulling out in front. She has got some legs on her. She gets into the first turn. Anne-Caroline's got a lot of work to do. Sinead is just gone. It's her race. She's got to just hold it all together. There's a battle for the second spot. Oh, 2 girls go down, 3 girls. Who's all left? Anne-Caroline goes down. What a disappointment for that woman who was racing so well today. But Reed, so far out in front, she was not affected at all by the traffic behind her. It's going to be Sinead Reed.
Big luck, but it was good. I was feeling the whole day good, so I hope that it's going to be final and a good race.
I didn't get the best of starts, but I was just trying to pass the whole lap, and I just got lucky in the second corner when 3 of them fell off in front of me. I was trying to get past, but luck was on my side today, and I managed to get back to second.
I was so nervous, like coming out the start, and then I don't know. I was listening to the commentator, kinda trying to focus, and I heard someone went down, and I was like, oh, I thought they were close to me, but I was so happy.
Sinead Reed, the junior women's champion last year. Since then, winning everywhere. She's even got a track racing gold. Now she's going to take out the elite women UCI World title. Great Britain has got a champion. Here is the UCI BMX World Championships Elite Men's Semifinal. 4 riders make it to the main.
Okay, right, let's set them up. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Wow, they explode out of the gate. Got to be the fastest one of the day, but not too great for Colic. There is a surge for placing in that berm. Everyone's trying to figure out how to get through it. Danny Kellogg down in front. Look at this guy styling and leading. Wow, Cesar airs the triple, yes! Where is Prokop? Down the straight, through the jumps, Marino riding the best race of his life. Oh, it's so tight as they're coming into that final berm. And there's a crash. Who was that? Kellogg doesn't care, neither does Cesar. They're gonna make it a US 1-2. The 4 qualifiers are in the clear.
I just missed the landing on the second double. And my first straight was all right, but I missed the second double. I did a mistake, and then I hit in the air with Christian Besserin, and I lose all the speed. So yeah, then didn't make the landing. So that's happened, you know. It's racing.
I'm in the main. I'm stoked.
And here's that fall in the last turn. It's Marino, and he took out Van den Wildenberg. So making the main will be Danny Kellogg, Steven Cesar, Pablo Gutierrez, and Jarrett Kolek. Getting ready for the gate to drop. Semi number 2. And the gate's down. Bennett super smooth, taking the lead. And an Australian down. But look at these riders flow down that pro section. Lots of guys that can jump here. Oh yeah, all 3 in the air over that triple. Amazing. Gavilda hanging on to the 4th spot, but watch out for Castro. He's got some moves. And look at the way Bennett is just so comfortable in the air, so perfect in his jumps. Looking comfortable. Young is second. Stumhauser screaming through the rhythm. Look at Castro, Mr. Fast. He's going to take it from Gavilda. Oh, man. And you can see the Australian rider, Jamie Gray, goes down very hard. Just losing it shows you how fast you've got to be to stay aware on those BMX bikes. But he is okay.
I just got beat fair and square, you know. Guy is really good down the last straight. I just didn't mess up the 3rd straight a little bit and lost a lot of speed there. And he just pulled me down the last straight. It's all my mistake, all my fault. What can you do about it?
It's all instinct. You just kind of find the open spots and try to go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I got a pretty sketchy start then, but just kept my head cool and I knew if I could get around Randy, I'd be pretty safe in second, so want to go.
Here are the 4 riders you'll be seeing in the main for the UCI World title. Kyle Bennett, Kalen Young, Randy Stumphauser, and Augusto Castro. It's time now to meet the riders for the 2007 UCI BMX World title. There is the 85 rider, Jarrett Kolek. Next to him, the 138 bicycle, that'll be Pablo Gutierrez. He has been sensational this year. Here is one impressive rider, Steven Cesar. He was in the main last year, and here he is again in the 07 gate. You could call this guy Mr. Rhythm Section. He's been devastating down that last straight. Augusto Castro from Colombia. An outside chance for the title, I'd say. Number 87 from the United States of America, Danny Kellogg. The guy is impressive on the track. You wouldn't want to be too surprised if he was the guy in first. Randy Stumphauser would dearly swap that number 2 plate for a number 1. Here's his chance to do it. Australia's finest rider at the moment, plate 184, Kalen Young, took out the Madrid leg of the BMX Supercross World Cup, riding sensationally. There is number 88, Kyle Bennett from Texas. He's been in that number 1 spot for a long time today, every race. But he's also got a world champ in elite men. He won it in 02, 03, and in 2004. This could be his 4th title here in Victoria.